Hello. So, silicones. What's the deal? If you've heard of any natural approach to hair care or the curly girl method, you'll know that we're told to avoid sulfates and silicones like the plague. Or the coronavirus. Don't say it. Sulphates are a harsh soap used in shampoo that's very drying, so that was pretty easy to get my head around. But I never quite understood the deal with silicones. If they make our hair look and feel so good, why do we need to avoid them? So I decided to investigate to help us better understand, are silicones actually as bad as they've been made out to be, and should we be using them or not? Most of my research on this is from science-based blog posts, articles, products, and personal experience. I've done my best to find credible sources, but of course, there's so much more to it. I'm just sharing what I found, so I encourage you to do your own research too. All of my sources can be found below. If this research is something you appreciate, please thumbs up the video. First off, what is silicone and why is it used in our hair products? Silicone is a really useful material that can be found in so many different things, from cooking utensils, lubricants, sealants, boob implants, personal care products, and insulation, among other things. It's a synthetic, colorless oil or rubber-like substance made up of polymers. So does this mean there is plastic in my beauty products? Kind of, but not quite. It's not exactly plastic. Most articles say silicone is somewhat of a hybrid between rubber and plastic, but it doesn't contain harsh chemicals like plastic does, and it's non-toxic, which is why it's food and skin safe. As a hair ingredient, it's mainly used in conditioners, but you won't usually find the word silicone on the ingredients list. There are loads of different types of silicones, which can get a bit confusing, but to put it simply, it's any ingredient ending in cone, zane, conol, silicate, or includes the word silane. Some common ones that are found in hair and beauty products are dimethicone and cyclomethicone. So what do these silicones do for our hair? Well, because the silicone molecules are too big to actually penetrate the hair shaft, it works by creating a film over the strands. This creates a great deal of slip, which helps manage and detangle the hair, decrease frizz, making it feel soft to the touch and shiny. And this sounds very familiar because almost every hair product advert will say something along these lines. In fact, I even found some hair products that use silicone itself as their main ingredient and marketing feature. For example, products like Biosilk, Silicone Mix, and Simply Stylin Pure Silicone. Listen to how Simply Stylin describes silicone's benefits. Pure silicone will wrap the hair shaft, preventing any potential damage from heat. For this reason, silicone hair products are great for retaining moisture in the hair and for making hair resistant to outside influences such as heat and UV sun rays. So essentially, it acts as a protective coating, which in turn adds flexibility, shine, softness, UV and heat protection, which I didn't know, and prevents the loss of moisture that will lead to frizz. It can even be used to refresh extensions and wigs because as a synthetic ingredient, it works great on synthetic hair. And this is all true. Silicone can in fact make your hair look incredible. And this is one of the main ingredients that is used in all these gimmicky miracle products you see advertised on social media of this crazy, sleek, glossy hair. Although I will mention that these results are mainly achieved with a generous helping of heat styling and usually exaggerated with very bright lighting. Take my hair for example. This is natural light and this is artificial light. And the silicone is a huge part of what achieves that glossy look. And let's not forget, it's non-toxic, so can't be harming our hair. Sounds like the best hair care discovery of all time. So why are we told to avoid it again? Well, turns out it actually can harm our hair. It's just a little more subtle than you might think. Here's a brand called Noughty that doesn't use silicone, and this is how they describe it. Silicone is a veneer, a cover-up, a glossy coating to paper over the cracks. The waterproof barricade silicones create prevents moisture from penetrating the hair shaft. Silicones build up on the hair, weighing it down and contributing not just to limp, lifeless and lackluster appearance, but damage like split ends and snaps. In fact, that layer of silicone can become a magnet for dirt and other ingredients, and over time, hair accumulates more build-up baggage. Ouch. So supposedly with repeated use, it basically just ends up doing the exact opposite of how it's supposed to benefit the hair. And because silicones are not easy to dissolve, this is one of the reasons sulfates are needed in the shampoo. These strong detergents are the only thing that dissolves the silicone buildup, which just leads to a cycle of drying out the hair over and over again. Sometimes there are even silicones in shampoo. Seems like you just can't win. But there is an alternative. Water-soluble silicones. These are a type of silicone that don't need sulfate to be dissolved. Amen. These can either be rinsed out with water or a mild sulfate-free shampoo. Some silicones are more water-soluble than others. If you wanted to take a natural approach, a monthly apple cider vinegar rinse can also help remove silicone and product buildup. I've got a video all about how to do this properly on my channel. It can be hard to tell water-soluble and non-soluble silicones apart because they look very similar, but I'll leave some lists below so you can take note. Or a natural alternative to silicone is oil. For example, argan oil, avocado, olive, almond, castor are all great ones for hair care. Oil gives a similar barrier effect, coating the hair strands and adding shine, softness, and detangling the hair, much like silicone does. If you're finding this video helpful so far, please engage with it. Likes, comments, and shares will help the video to perform better and shows your support. Also, turning on the notifications mean you'll be among the first to see my videos, which means I'm much more likely to see your comment. So it seems for the most part, sulfates and silicones come hand in hand. And if you're going to cut out one, it's best to cut out the other one too. So to put this to the test, I got a big chop and I went just under 8 months silicone and sulfate free whilst I was doing the curly girl method, which I documented on my channel. Make sure to subscribe so you can come back and watch all my other videos whenever you want. The thought behind going on this journey was that eventually my hair would recover and rebalance itself from the drying caused by the sulfates and silicones. My goal behind this was that my hair would be able to rehydrate and finally settle into its natural wave pattern without the frizz and dryness, which was my main issue. Now, quitting silicone isn't as simple as it may sound. According to the brand Noughty, it can take 8 washes to completely remove all traces of silicone from your hair. Also, it's known to take a few months for your hair to fully transition and settle down because suddenly removing the silicone barrier that you're used to may make your hair feel like it's worse than before. For example, when I was opting for a silicone-free version of a product on another brand's website, it came up with a warning that my hair wouldn't feel the same. But the point behind doing this is that once your hair regains hydration and oils, it starts to build its own natural barrier of shine and luster rather than needing the silicone. But at the end of those 8 months, the truth was my hair didn't really feel much better off than before. It was still dry, frizzy, unruly, even after 8 months of super hydrating natural products and deep treatments and no heat whatsoever. You can see a more detailed explanation in the Why I'm Quitting video. Of course, this was extremely disappointing, but that's not to say that it won't work for you because so many people have had great results in even less time than that. I concluded that my hair type just doesn't behave well in its natural state. Maybe my hair needed even longer to see results, but honestly, it was making me so unhappy and I just didn't have it in me to go any longer. So I decided to start using silicones again, purely so that I could actually enjoy my hair and experiment with different ways of styling it. But that doesn't mean it will permanently be that way. I'm always experimenting and learning about hair care. So what can we conclude from this? Well, if you're an avid heat user, it's possible that the silicones are one of the only things protecting your hair, in which case maybe it would work better to continue using them. It seems that going silicone-free is a commitment to your natural hair, which is why it's popular in natural hair care and the curly girl method, in which case you wouldn't be heat styling your hair. It also depends on your hair type. For those with straight hair, silicones can slide off easier, but for those with curly hair, they can remain in the curls and build-up can be more of an issue, weighing down the curls over time. And this is another reason why curly girls often go silicone-free. People with fine hair may also want to avoid silicones as they're more likely to weigh the hair down and make it greasy. I also learned that products for thick, coarse hair will often have more silicones even in the shampoo, and this is to make the thick hair more manageable. For people like me with really dry or damaged hair, silicones are often the only thing we rely on to make it look and feel better. So it would definitely be a harder transition, but if you're able to commit to no silicones for a long period of time and really stay on top of oiling and preventing damage, I see no reason why it wouldn't improve your hair. Whatever hair type you have, here are some options. You can try cutting silicone out altogether and see how it works for you. Just remember it needs a bit of time and it would be better to switch to a sulphate-free shampoo. Also try adding more oils to your routine. If you don't want to cut out silicone altogether, you can stick to just water-soluble silicones that rinse out with sulphate-free shampoos. And if you already use a sulphate-free shampoo but a silicone conditioner, you can try doing a monthly clarify, which is very common in the curly girl method, where you wash with a sulphate shampoo once a month just to dissolve all the buildup. Or like I said, you can try an ACV rinse. Or you can just keep using them. Despite the downsides that I've mentioned, some people don't have any issues with using regular products that contain silicone. It can really work well for some hair types and for people who've found a routine that works for them. So don't let silicones scare you, but now that you know a little bit more about them, you can experiment with what you want for your hair. So that's the lowdown on silicones. I hope you found this helpful. Share it with your friends, leave a like, a comment, check out my socials. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you in the next one. Bye.